Hello, kindergarten. How are you? I thought I would pop in this week with a video to give you instructions for this week's activity because it's so much fun. It's one thing that I love doing at home, and I do it with my daughter as well. And it's making boats out of aluminum foil. So this week, all you're going to need is some aluminum foil and either water in the sink or water in a big bowl or something like that to float your boat on. Okay, so we're going to take our foil, and you can use whatever size you want. The fun of this is that you can get really creative. Okay, and all you have to do is try to create a boat that floats. So I'm going to fold my foil and see what I come up with. Okay, and for my first attempt, I made sort of a canoe shape because I want to see what happens with this. So what I would do is I would just take this and put it into my bowl or my sink and see if it floats. Now, that seems pretty easy. So what I'm going to challenge you to do is actually to add some passengers or some cargo. In science, if we added a little bit of extra weight to it, we might say that we were adding mass because that is the amount of stuff in something. Right now, my boat is empty. It just has a little air in it, but it doesn't really have any passengers. I want to add more cargo or more mass to it by adding some passengers and see if I can keep my boat floating even with my passengers in it. So I've got some of my daughter's, who are these guys? Puppy dog pals. I've got some of her puppy dog pals here. So I might add in Bingo, and I've got Rolly, and I might add in Rolly. And I even got ARF, and so I might add in ARF and see if my boat still floats. Now, if my boat doesn't float, if it sinks, oh, sorry guys, what I would do is I would take them out, shake out my wet foil, and I would try to redesign a boat that would hold them as passengers, that would keep them afloat. So I may actually need to make my boat a little bit more flat in shape, and then I could redesign it because that's the cool thing about foil, and I would be able to create a new design and put my mass or my passengers back in and see how I did again. Okay, so as you are trying this in your book on, let's see, pages, oh gosh, these, oh, well, heck, Mrs. Espy didn't even do the page numbers. So sorry. These page numbers are all over the place. It's these two pages here that say Ahoy Matey. And they're page 3 and page 3, but they're not the third page in your book. I'm so sorry. I really had to work fast to get these books together for you. So I'm sorry the page numbers are crazy. But it's these two pages. Ahoy Matey. And in these pages, we've got a couple of columns to do some drawings and then some questions to think about too. So it says, today we are going to build boats out of foil, designs that worked. And here's where you can draw some designs that worked and designs that did not work. And here you can draw some of your earlier designs that you had to change to make them work. Okay, on the other page, there's some questions to think about. How many things, oh, sorry, here are some things I thought about today. Will this be too heavy? Will this leak? Can this hold more pennies? Now, I said pennies here because normally in class we use pennies as our mass or our cargo, but you can use whatever you find at home. Does my boat look cool? Will my boat sink? Will this stay on top of the water? Will the cargo get wet? Can I build it bigger? Should I try a smaller design? Can I build a tall boat? Ooh, that might be interesting. What if I combine my idea with someone else? Now that's a little bit tricky in this format, but if you have someone at home who you might brainstorm with, that would be great. This is an awesome boat. I am so proud. Now, with a pencil or a colored pencil, color in any of those that you think of while you're working on your boats. I would love to see pictures or videos of your boat designs and what you come up with this week. And I hope that you really enjoy doing this. All right, friends? So remember that the amount of stuff in something is the mass. Sometimes we also call passengers cargo, and that's what we're adding to our boats. And we want to see if our boats float, of course, stay on the water and not sink down to the bottom. So good luck with this idea, and let me know how it turns out. Okay, have a great week. Bye, guys. Miss you. Bye-bye.